What's going on, combat sports fans? Welcome to Joe's Madness. If you're new to the channel and you have a passion for combat sports, punch that subscribe button into submission. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to take a moment and slap that like button like a pimp, like you mean it, and share the video with your family and friends. And make sure to let us know down below in the comment section whether you enjoyed our prediction, whether you agree with our prediction or not. Negative or positive feedback is always welcome. So we have UFC 212 prediction and preview for Johnny Eduardo versus Matthew Lopez, and Johnny and Matthew is going to be quite the banger in this one. I feel like this is going to be a really fun fight, and we have a very interesting one as Johnny has got 38 fights to his pro record, and Matthew has only got 10, so there's a huge experience difference with these two competitors in the bantamweight division, as Johnny is ranked number 10 and Matthew is not on the top 15 rankings in the UFC. So it'll be interesting to see, will a ranked fighter drop, or will a non-ranked fighter drop? We'll see what happens soon. Without further ado, give my prediction and then into some more information on these two. So here we go. I'm going with Johnny to win this one by submission in the third round. He is coming into this fight with 28 wins and 10 losses. Matthew's got 9 wins and 1 lone loss. For Johnny, he's got 8 wins, it says, by KO TKO, 13 by submission, 7 by decision. He's lost 8 times by submission, though, twice by decision. For Matthew, he has got 3 wins by KO TKO, 4 by submission, 2 by decision. His lone loss comes by way of submission, and that was a arm triangle choke by Ronnie Yaya at UFC Fight Night 91. After that fight, he bounced back and beat Mitch Guyon at UFC 206 by unanimous decision. When he went against Ronnie Yaya, it was his UFC debut after having a nice stint over in RFA, where it's now it is Legacy Fighting Alliance. So he had a nice stint over there for a while. You know, he had several fights there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it says, and before that he had 3 fights outside of there. So his submissions come by way of rear naked choke, 2 of them, a face lock, and then says submission due to elbows and punches. So the guy said, "I quit." I don't know. I think that should really be a TKO. It's weird that in 2016 they would have elbows and punches by submission, unless the guy said he quit or tapped out while he was getting punched in the face. So that's a very interesting one there. For Johnny, his submissions, let's take a gander over here and see what they say his submissions are, because he's got quite a few of them. Kind of wondering if the UFC says he's got more submissions than they say over there. So SureDog says he has 13 submissions. UFC says he has 11. Interesting. So he has 2 heel hooks, an ankle lock, 4 rear naked chokes, a triangle, arm bar, and anaconda. And he's got 10 wins by KO TKO, not 8 like it says over here. So pretty interesting. He has 14 of his wins by first round finishes. He has won 14 of his last 16 fights. And, you know, I believe he's going to win this one. He beat Manny Gambarian in his last fight at UFC Fight Night 100 by TKO. He did lose to Aljamain Sterling at UFC Fight Night 80 by guillotine choke. Rafael Assanjo beat him by unanimous decision 2 fights prior to that. He actually has been stopping guys more recently by KO or TKO. That was 2011. His last submission came by way of rear naked choke, and then he debuted in the UFC after that and lost. Then he won his next 2 UFC fights, even though there was 2 years in between those 2 fights, from when he fought at UFC on Fuel TV 3 as opposed to UFC Fight Night 40, but that was May 15, 2012, May 10th, 2014. But then he came back and fought in 2015 in December and lost, and then fought in November of 2016, almost a year after losing. He came back. It's pretty interesting. It seems he's had quite a bit of time in between some of his fights. He's coming in at the age of 36, where Matthew was coming in at the age of 30. So he's younger than he is. So it'll be interesting to see if the age is going to be an issue or not, and experience, on the other hand. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you agree with me on Johnny win this one by submission, or do you think Matthew's going to win this one? If you think Matthew's going to win, how do you think he's going to win? KO, TKO, submission, decision? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to take a moment and slap that like button like a pimp, like you mean it, and make sure to share the video with your family and friends. And as always, if you're new to the channel, punch that subscribe button into submission. Thanks for watching. Combat Sports is awesome, and you guys are amazing.